Conservative Party of Canada, the CPC supporters are, they're scared pussies, and they might end up being just as bad or worse than Trudeau supporters. You know how Trudeau supporters are kind of like these, like, it's Trudeau, I just love Trudeau. You know, that is unhealthy because it becomes this kind of crazy cult. And I see that forming around Poilievre, and it's gonna be just as bad, guys. I was on the phone making fun of a friend of mine, CPC supporter. I was kind of, giving him shit. And he almost cried because I was calling him out. I was cutting through all of his bullshit. He's like, oh, the PPC is over, Greg. Like, they're dead in the water. And I told him, listen, the problem is the Conservative Party doesn't do anything. They're not fighting for anything. We don't like Trudeau because he supports mass migration. We don't like Trudeau because he believes in the United Nations standard. We don't like Trudeau because he shamelessly panders to minorities. Poilievre supports mass migration. He's on board with all the UN stuff. And he shamelessly panders to minorities. These CPC supporters have become so delusional. And I get it, the Trudeau, we gotta get the Trudeau out. And the thing is, this is the same problem that's always been. It's people who are analyzing and they're afraid and they're fearful. I'm not going to do the right thing. I'm not going to fight for my country. I'm just going to sit on the couch. It's the practical thing to do. It's the safe thing to do. My friend said something like, oh, a lot of people, a lot of conservative supporters really like the PPC policies, but, it just doesn't make sense. It's not practical. It can't happen. And I asked him, you think that attitude, that scared pussy attitude, you think that was going to work at like Juno Beach? Like they're all in the boat. They're like, yeah, well, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of enemy territory. We're really, we're going to run up onto the beach and get shot. That's probably not a good. This is the attitude of scared people. CPC supporters are scaredy cats. That's literally what defines the people who support this party. And I'm sure in the comments, PPC, national loser, but at least they're doing something. They see that we are at war. Yes, I would call it like a war. It's fifth generational warfare. Okay, and at least the PPC is doing something about it. May they have like ways to improve, blah, blah, blah. Sure, but at least they're doing something. At least they're not sitting on the couch, deluding themselves, justifying their fear, justifying the fact that they're a scared pussy so they don't have to do anything and they don't have to try to fight for the future of their country or anything at all. And then they just keep feeding this insane delusion. This current era of CPC supporters represents everything that is wrong with Canada. They're scared pussies, they're totally delusional, and they still have faith in this establishment, in these Canadian institutions that have clearly failed us time and time again. So your fear, your passivity, your over-analyzing and then justifying of doing nothing and sitting on the couch, that's how we got to this situation. That's why we're here. And you can leave all the mean comments about the PPC. You can criticize the PPC, Max Bernier, till the cows come home. I may actually agree with you on certain points, but here's the thing. At least a PPC supporter is willing to actually do something and stick their neck out and, grab their bayonet and run out onto the beach and get shot. Because that's really what it takes in this situation if you see how rotten the institutions in this country are. You think we're going to like somehow get out of this situation by supporting the blue institution after supporting the red institution for 8 years? And you're buying into all bring it home, axe the tax, all these catchphrases. Give me a break. Feel free to share this with your CPC supporter friend who is a delusional, scared pussy.